Do you ever feel like you're right on the edge of a major breakthrough, a new job, a healthy relationship, a personal goal, only to find yourself pulling back for some reason at the very last second? You procrastinate, you make excuses, you pick a fight, you just disappear. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. What if I told you there's a hidden script running in the back of your mind? It's a program that was wired into your brain from a young age, not for success, but for survival. This script is designed to keep you safe inside your comfort zone, even if that zone is a place of frustration and untapped potential. Today we're going to drag that script out into the open. We'll look at the brain science of why we default to self-sabotage. And most importantly, I'm going to give you practical, science-backed steps to take back control and rewire your brain for the lasting success you deserve. To change a behavior, you first have to understand where it comes from. Self-sabotage isn't a character flaw or a sign of weakness, it's actually a protective mechanism. Your brain isn't broken. It's just running on outdated software, designed for a world that doesn't really exist anymore. There are three main reasons this happens. First, your brain has what scientists call a negativity bias. For thousands of years, survival meant being hyper-aware of threats. Forgetting where the sweet berries grew was a bummer. Forgetting where the saber-toothed tiger lived was a fatal mistake. Because of this, your brain evolved to be like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. Negative events trigger a much stronger neural response, getting locked into your memory faster and for longer. This is why one harsh comment can completely overshadow dozens of compliments. Your brain is constantly scanning for danger, prioritizing threats over rewards. Second, this leads to the formation of limiting beliefs. When we're young, repeated negative experiences like criticism, failure, or rejection carve deep neural pathways in our brains. Thoughts like "I'm not good enough," "I'm unlovable," or "I always mess things up" aren't just fleeting feelings. They become automatic mental rules. Your brain starts treating these beliefs as facts about who you are. So when an opportunity for success comes along, it can feel like a threat to your identity, a contradiction to the truth your brain has accepted. To protect you from the potential pain of failure or rejection you've felt before, your brain slams on the emergency brake. It creates a self-fulfilling prophecy where you unconsciously recreate familiar, painful situations because, to your brain, what's familiar is safe. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to this feeling of having a hidden script running your life. Finally, your brain reinforces this cycle through cognitive biases. The big one here is confirmation bias. Once a limiting belief is in place, your brain actively looks for evidence to prove it right and ignores anything that contradicts it. If you believe you're incompetent, you'll brush off praise as someone just being nice. But you'll fixate on a single mistake as definitive proof that you're not good enough. Your brain filters reality to match your beliefs, keeping you stuck in a loop where failure feels inevitable and success feels like a fluke. This isn't just in your head. Brain imaging shows that when faced with challenges, people with limiting beliefs show heightened activity in the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center. Your brain literally interprets opportunity as danger. But here's the incredible news. The same force that wired your brain for sabotage can be used to rewire it for success. That force is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and reorganize itself based on your repeated thoughts and experiences. You are not stuck with the brain you have. You can be the architect of your own change. And it starts with these steps. Step 1. Savor the good to build a positive bias. Since your brain is naturally like Teflon for positive things, you have to consciously work to make them stick. This is all about building what you might call Velcro for the good. The way to do this is by intentionally savoring your positive experiences. Most of us just rush through moments of success or happiness. We get a compliment and immediately deflect it. We achieve a goal and instantly move on to the next one. To rewire this, you need to practice holding on to the good for at least 30 seconds. The next time something positive happens, no matter how small, I want you to pause. Maybe you finally finished a task you'd been putting off, had a great chat with a friend, or just enjoyed a beautiful sunset. Stop what you're doing and bring your full attention to that moment. What does this feeling of accomplishment or joy physically feel like in your body? Where do you feel it? Is it a warmth in your chest? A lightness in your shoulders? Actively think about what you did to make this good thing happen. Give yourself credit, then let yourself fully soak in the positive emotions. By deliberately marinating in good feelings, you are activating and strengthening the neural pathways for reward and success. You're telling your brain, hey, pay attention. This is important. With consistent practice, you start to counteract the brain's natural negativity bias and build a new, more balanced foundation. Step 2. Reframe your limiting beliefs. By becoming the observer, you can't change a belief you don't know you have. That inner critic fueling your self-sabotage often works just below the surface of your conscious mind. Your next step is to become an observer of your own mind. The goal isn't to fight your negative thoughts, but to create some distance from them. Start by just noticing and labeling them. When that familiar thought, "I'm going to fail," pops up, don't just accept it. Instead, tell yourself, "I'm having the thought that I'm going to fail." It sounds simple, but this little language trick is a game changer. It reminds you that you are not your thoughts. You are the one experiencing the thoughts. This creates a small space between you and the belief, which weakens its power. Once you've spotted the thought, you can challenge it. Ask for the evidence. If the thought is, "I always mess things up," ask yourself, is that really true? Can I think of one time I didn't mess things up? Your brain's confirmation bias has been hiding the proof, but it's there if you look for it. Then, actively replace the limiting belief with a more balanced and compassionate one. Instead of "I'm a failure," try something like, "I'm still learning, and I'm capable of figuring things out at first." This will probably feel like you're lying to yourself. That's totally normal. You are carving a new path in your brain, and that takes repetition. Research shows that making a new behavior feel automatic can take, on average, a couple of months, but it varies widely from person to person. Every time you catch an old thought and consciously choose a new one, you are physically rewiring your brain. Step 3. Update your social worth. To heal rejection sensitivity, a huge part of self-sabotage is tied to a deep fear of social rejection. Past experiences of being hurt or left out can make our brain's social threat detection system hypersensitive. This system keeps a running tally of our perceived worth to others, and when it's low, we become anxious and expect rejection. You might start avoiding positive connections or even sabotage good relationships to prevent the potential pain of being rejected. You essentially reject others before they can reject you. To fix this, you need to consciously update this internal model. Think of yourself as a detective looking for positive social data. Your mission is to actively find and acknowledge evidence that you are valued, respected, and cared for. Start a log. At the end of each day, write down 1 or 2 instances of positive social interaction. It could be a coworker asking for your opinion, a friend sending you a funny text, a stranger smiling at you, or your partner giving you a hug. These moments might seem small, but your negativity bias has likely trained you to ignore them. By consciously recording them, you're gathering new, powerful data for your brain. You are proving to the more primitive, fearful part of your mind that connection is safe and that you do have value to others. This process gradually makes you less sensitive to the fear of rejection. It helps your brain learn that while rejection happens, so do acceptance, appreciation, and belonging. Over time, you'll find yourself less likely to pull away or push people away, which allows for healthier and more supportive relationships. Step 4. Design a safe environment to calm your nervous system. Your brain is constantly scanning your environment for cues to figure out if you're safe or in danger. If your surroundings are chaotic, stressful, or full of triggers that remind you of past negative experiences, your nervous system will stay on high alert. A stressed out nervous system makes it almost impossible to make conscious, goal-oriented choices. Instead, you'll default to those old protective, self-sabotaging behaviors. So the final step is to intentionally design your environment to send your brain signals of safety. This starts with the people you're around. Spend more time with people who are calm, supportive, and encouraging. Their regulated nervous systems can actually help regulate yours. Their calm can literally help you feel calm too. This is why being around a supportive friend or even a relaxed pet can feel so soothing. Next, look at your physical space. Can you simplify your environment to reduce friction and make good habits easier? For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to eat healthier, put nutritious foods at eye level in your fridge. These small tweaks reduce the willpower needed to make good choices. Finally, identify and minimize your triggers. If checking social media first thing in the morning floods you with anxiety and comparison, create a new routine. Leave your phone in another room and start your day with journaling, meditation, or a little stretching. By creating an environment that feels safe, organized, and aligned with your goals, you're giving your nervous system the security it needs to let you move forward without feeling that urge to retreat into sabotage. Self-sabotage is not a life sentence. It's a learned pattern, and anything that's been learned can be unlearned. By understanding why your brain defaults to these protective habits, you can start working with it instead of against it. So the 4 steps are: 1. Savor the good to build a positive bias. 2. Reframe your limiting beliefs by becoming the observer. 3. Update your social worth to heal rejection sensitivity. 4. Design a safe environment to calm your nervous system. This isn't a quick fix. It takes time, patience, and a lot of self-compassion. You are literally forging new highways in your brain. But every time you pause to savor a win, challenge a negative thought, acknowledge a kind word, or create a moment of peace, you're laying down another inch of pavement on the road to success. You are becoming the conscious creator of your own mind. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on mastering your mindset. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 steps are you going to start practicing today? Let me know in the comments below. You have the power to rewrite your script. Start now.